I want to get that out there, that it is cool to like appreciate your family, appreciate the sacrifices your parents have made for you. Like, I'm not above guilt tripping. I'm not above being like, mommy did these things for you.
Yes.
You know, to make a better life for you. Like,
dang it.
Exactly. Like, they got to remember who's boss.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the day, right? Who made it all possible?
Right.
Mommy.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of The Parent Chat. As always, before we get started, here's what's happening at home. Thank you. You can get that fork, Rusty. This is going really well. Don't drop all the crumbs. So that video is just a little compilation of my kids doing chores. I have this responsibility as a mom of 3 boys to turn them into 3 respectful, helpful, wonderful men. And that's why I love today's conversation. You know Vicky Nguyen as a correspondent on the Today Show. Well, she has 3 young girls, a little older than my boys. They're 16, 14, and 9. And she is also trying to raise just independent, resilient young women. And it's funny how much we have in common because I was born and raised in New Jersey. My dad grew up on a farm. She was born in Vietnam, and she was brought over when her parents escaped Saigon when she was just 8 months old, eventually moving to the United States when she was 2. So she certainly has just a very different upbringing. But we were both raised in a way that we had to be respectful of our parents. We had to be helpful around the house. We had to kind of figure things out for ourselves. And I think it has turned us into very similar parents. So it's a really cool conversation. Take a listen. Thank you so much for chatting with us.
I'm so happy to be on the Parent Chat with you, Dill.
It's so funny because, you know, during commercials and all that kind of stuff, like we have about 3 to 4 minutes to just quick chat, what's going on with your life, you know, but this is like our chance to kind of have a whole conversation.
And I have a bazillion questions for you as the mother of 3 boys because I have 3 girls.
Yeah, which we are totally raising our kids in a different, you know, in a different space because I've got 3 young boys. You have 3 girls, slightly older. Right. So you're like at that one level up from where I am. How do you feel? Like, how did you transition into that, like, next grade?
So, first of all, I am an only child. So having 3 kids is something that I did not ever picture for myself. And they are right now 16, 14. One just turned 14. I know. It changes every year. Hard to keep up.
You lose track after a while.
And then one's 9. So she's right in the age range of your boys. And I have to say, like, people warned us. Teenagers, you're gonna have 3 teenage girls and it's gonna be horrible. And I just think it is what you make of it. You know, I was prepared. I remember what I was like at 13. Like, how were you
like at
horrible
13?
Like a terror.
Really?
Like, typical.
In what way? Like, did you break the rules?
I talked back. I broke the rules. I was rebellious. And I really specifically remember it was 13. And now I look back and I wonder if it was hormones or what like made me like kind of lose my mind. It was just a lot of just acting out. And now I look back and I go, God, I was a terror. So I kind of prepared myself mentally for like 13 with the girls. But 13 came and went and it was totally fine for my 2 older ones. And I think it
15, 16, like that's okay too?
I feel so lucky. And I think the key is if you kind of manifest what you want, right? So if you treat your kids with respect, but also have boundaries and you are still the authority figure and you keep the lines of communication open, I think that was the key for girls. The little one, honestly, she's 1/3 of the kids, like 90% of the parenting. She's the baby and she is wild.
Rusty takes up my energy too.
He's your littlest.
He's the youngest.
Yes.
I mean, it's like, you know, the first one you go into it and you have all this patience and you've read all the books and
you're so careful.
You're so careful and you're so mindful of their mental health and you're just mindful of everything. And then the third one, you're like, the other 2 are fine.
Don't you think you're a better parent? Like after the first 2 you've got under your belt.
I think I'm a more confident parent.
Yeah.
I definitely, because of my lack of patience, I feel like I yell a little bit more at Rusty. And he's been doing this thing where he's like, I'm a bad boy.
Oh.
And it's like, I don't hear him say it at first. He's kind of like over in the corner he's like, I'm a bad boy. I'm a bad boy. And he's like going like this. And I was like, okay, like record screech. Let's go talk this out.
Does that break your heart?
It breaks my heart because I'm like, did I overlook that he was mad in the first place, or did I just dismiss whatever feeling he was feeling and I, you know, was focused on the other 2 more so?
What we talk to like parenting experts sometimes on our show, and one thing that stuck with me that one of them said was that she would tell her kids, it's not going to be fair. Like everything isn't going to be even Steven, but I can promise you, you're always going to get what you need.
And I think back to the way my parents parented. My parents did something right. But then I also, if I were to describe my parents, it's like, it wasn't an overly loving house. I wouldn't say my parents got on the floor and played with me. Most of the time it was us just as kids running around in the backyard. My mom would ring a bell for dinner and it was time to come inside. But there was always dinner on the table. Even when my parents kind of separated, we were all still together and we would all eat dinner together. But you respected your parents. The type of person I was, like my friends would call me and everybody's sneaking out of the house at 11 o'clock. So I called my mom and I said, Mom, everybody's sneaking out of the house at 11. Can I go? And she's like, I'd really rather you not. I'm like, but Mom, but everybody's doing it. She's like, yeah, I don't think that's a good idea. So like I asked permission to sneak out of the house.
Hysterical. And she said no, and did you listen?
She said no, and I listened.
You did?
Yeah, because I listened because I knew I was going to get in trouble. And there was one night where I just stayed out late. And my parents never stayed up waiting for me to come home. They would be in bed. But I remember breakfast with my dad the next morning. He didn't say a word to me except a little late last night. And that's all he had to say. Because my dad and I would eat breakfast. He would make me breakfast every morning before school. And I'd have coffee and toast. And like we talked. And it was
you
like
had coffee as a kid?
I did,
That's
yes.
hysterical.
That was our moment together. And that one morning he wasn't talking to me. So that was all the punishment I needed. Because I'm like, I failed him. You know, I disappointed him. So yes, it wasn't a lot of talking. It wasn't a lot of hugs. It wasn't a lot of like open love. But it was there.
100%.
And I love that about them. I'm definitely more huggy with the boys. I'm definitely more open about our feelings and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm curious for you what it was like, you know, being the daughter of immigrants to this country who just grew up in a totally different culture.
I was born in Vietnam, and my family and I came here as boat people when I was like 8 months old. My family escaped Vietnam. We were on a refugee camp in Malaysia for 10 months. So I came to the U.S. at age 2. So for the most part, I was really raised as a Vietnamese American kid. Like my parents were sort of doing the best they could, adjusting to like a brand new country and a place where people do things very, very differently. But then they also had their own upbringing, which was very strict, super authoritarian, like top down. You don't question your parents. What they say goes. They don't need to give you a reason. There is no like consideration for mental health, and you deal with it and you figure it out. If you bring up something like that, your parents are like, wait, we got on a boat. We survived a pirate attack. Like, what mental health issues are you struggling with? You know, 10-year-old with access to McDonald's and KFC and Nintendo. Like, your life is good.
Right.
We don't have time for this. It's so funny because, like, you talk about food and knowing that, like, you had breakfast with your dad or dinner, your mom had that for everybody. And I see that you're doing that now with your kids. That's definitely something you've carried over. Mealtime is so important. And I think my parents were the same way. Their way, and in a lot of, like, Asian cultures, Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean, whatever, it is ăn chưa. Ăn chưa in Vietnamese means, like, have you eaten? That's the greeting. That's the way you say I love you. It's have you eaten? Because if you haven't, I've got your favorite stuff. So that was always their love language. It still is. But now seeing them as grandparents and the I love yous and the I'm proud of yous that they say to my kids.
They actually say it?
It's nuts.
Like, what the heck?
Totally. I'm like, who are these people? Where did you come from? But I have to appreciate that they evolved as grandparents, you know? And so I am grateful for that. But I'm just like you. I talk way more openly with my kids. I'm very affectionate with them. The I love yous are flowing left and right. But I do try to find also some ways to manufacture hardship for them. Because it's not built into their lives.
Hardship. You don't purposefully make things hard for them, but like
kind of a little bit. In what way? I try to add a little bit of friction, because how are they going to build any grit and resilience? For us, it was built in. Like our parents were working; they weren't like there to solve every little problem. If they want to buy something, yes, we can probably buy it for them. But I try to say like, is that something that you need right now? What are you going to do to try to save up for it? Like, is it on sale? I don't know. I just try to add a little bit of friction. The biggest friction I think I've added to my eldest is not having her be on social media. That's like a big line.
Does she fight you on that?
You know what? Luckily, she's actually a pretty rule-abiding, classic eldest daughter. And so she's recently did a little presentation about why it would be great for her to have access to Instagram.
I love that.
And
did you sit and listen to it?
Listen, of course, always, because I'm always like, please present to me the data. Please make the argument. We want it. But I also know I have a very unfair advantage because I've done the reporting. I've talked to the experts
for a living.
Exactly. So I'm unfairly way more prepared than she is. So I'm ready with my arsenal of facts and research and data. But I want her to make the healthy argument. So the way we left it was she made the presentation and then she was going to revisit it with us. But then she never came back. She didn't do the follow-up part, and I'm not going to follow up on it.
She's not on anything.
I know that
I know there's another secret one
with
that
the
my nieces are
and all
on,
that.
And I'm
I know that kids have that, and I know I'm not naive. I know she's seen TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. Her friends, literally all her friends have it. But I do not believe she has it also because we have her phone pretty locked down, and there are no apps hidden on her phone and she has screen time limits. And this may be the thing that is her big cross to bear and the burden that she has of oh my God, my mom was so freaking strict. She wouldn't let me get on Instagram. But I also like what Matthew McConaughey said, which is you want to let them know and figure out who they are before the world starts telling them who they are.
That's a very good point.
And I think especially for girls, but it's starting to happen with boys too, the body image, the self-esteem, the anxiety, the depression rates, all of it goes up because they haven't figured it out yet to really just stay in their lane, run their race, live their life. It's really hard not to compare.
And they're exposed to enough of it.
Gosh.
Calvin, he's 9. He asked me, do I look fat? And I was like, what?
That's insane.
First of all, you look healthy. We didn't have Instagram and social media growing up, but we certainly had that.
Magazines. We had all of that.
We had all of that. So I do think
we had,
this
the
is
Kate
one of
Moss
those things
era.
where when your kids are 25, they're gonna be like, thank you for letting me find myself before.
That's what I tell myself.
I feel icky after I look at Instagram. 100%. I'm feeling insecure, and I'm not a very insecure person.
No.
I know my lane. I'm confident in my areas. But I'll watch Instagram and I'm like, man, should I be going to Fashion Week? Because it seems like everybody I know here is going to Fashion Week. And I'm starting to feel insecure about myself. It's
and you're a full-grown woman with a confident platform,
with
and
a
it still eats away at you.
And I'm a great mom, but it still eats away at you. So I love that you can have that.
All I'm trying to do is let her build the foundation as strong as it can be before all of this is unleashed on her. She goes to these conferences or whatever, and everyone's like, what's your Insta? And I'm like, well, then just get their number. And she's like, Mom, that's so not cool. That is not, we don't communicate like that. We're not going to be texting. It's either Instagram or nothing.
I think
and I'm
would bring a lot more success if you actually just exchanged numbers.
No, totally.
Had a coffee or whatever teenagers have. And, brainstorm
Boba.
ideas. And,
bring back the real conversations completely. So that's my main thing that I think I do to manufacture hardship. It's just not to make everything so easy for them.
We spend all this time as parents stressing over how do we set up our kids for success.
Yeah.
But you also have to realize they are their own person.
Totally.
Our parents didn't give us these jobs.
Nope. They didn't micromanage it. They didn't try to pave the way for us every which way. And what I'm finding, and I always like to talk to parents who have kids who are older than mine, right? To get what's the jump on this
what's
or that.
Next?
And I just find that some of the parents who've told me their biggest regrets were making it too easy for their kids. They've never had to talk to a teacher, so how are they going to talk to a boss? Yeah. One of my happiest moments that we had was my middle daughter, Odessa. She became a black belt in Taekwondo, and then she just had so much going on with sports and other things, and it just wasn't something she wanted to keep pursuing. And we're like, okay, we totally understand. You'll have to tell your teacher though. And she was 13 at the time. What do you mean I have to tell him? She did eventually have to have that tough conversation, and the teacher was amazing, and he thanked her and he said, I really respect you for telling me this in person yourself. And I think she left feeling like I'm a super hero. Oh my God, I did this hard thing.
After you do something hard.
Totally. This hard thing I didn't want to do that I cried about, but then I did it, and it just made her feel boosted her confidence 10x, right? So it's those things that it's hard as a parent to watch. You never want to watch your kids cry, fail, all the things, but these are small stakes. And I think when they fail at the low stakes things, then it just builds their resilience and their muscle and gives them that thicker skin, which I think got by default. Right. And then as parents, we have to remember to allow for pull back.
Is there anything, if you look back and think where your parents were the most strict that you just really didn't agree with, is there anything you specifically do not do because you didn't like the way your parents did it?
So they were not big. My dad was a yes guy. My dad was always a shrug his shoulders why not type of like whatever. My mom was very much like the no. No and no was her first response, was like, no. You know, like if it was a sleepover, no. If it was going to the movies, no. And so I think that was their thing. They didn't allow me a lot of freedom. Also, I was an only child. So they, I think, were a little more like eyes on. We got to make sure you know, we know where you are at all times. With my kids, I think I give them a lot more social freedom. But I sort of understand the reluctance on sleepovers now that because they never get good sleep. It's like you're a zombie the next day.
The next day's ruined.
Totally.
You're waiting for the call all night to see if they're even going to make it through the night.
Right?
Yeah.
So like I understand now as a parent like why my parents didn't love that so much. But the main thing I think I do differently is for sure the open lines of communication. My parents were like, they didn't talk to me about anything.
Yeah.
And like sex, drugs, alcohol. You were going to learn about that in school, and the answer was no. So that was all they needed to tell me.
Once I remember, I'm like, Mom, like, what's a period?
Yeah.
Like, should we should we have a conversation? She's like, don't you learn that in school? And I was like, yep. And that was that.
It. Oh,
and
hysterical.
I remember one time I walked into the kitchen, and there was just like an electric razor on the table, and I was like, oh. I guess it's time to start shaving my legs. Like, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to address it. And that's that.
I learned everything from like 17 magazine and then later Cosmopolitan magazine. That was like
when it elevated a little bit.
Racy one. So salacious. Totally agree. The first period was like, I looked at a box. I looked at the diagrams and I was like, I guess this is how you do it. Never to this day have talked to my mother about a period. But you know what? It made you resourceful, right?
Yes, it had
I do talk to my kids about all that to the point where they're like, okay, really like cringy, we're done.
How do you do it? How do you make sure that you can keep that dialogue open and that they will always come to you? Like, how do you do it as they get older?
I try to do it whenever like I read an article or something comes up. I'll be like, oh, I heard this thing today. And then I'll just say, you know, whatever it was that happened, what do you think? And I just try to ask open-ended questions and I let them take me where they want to go because that allows them to sort of lead the conversation. Because if you put it all out there, it's like a big old smorgasbord.
Yes.
They're like, oh my God, my mom will talk about anything.
Yes.
Like she'll just go there. And so then nothing is taboo. Right? So I think that's my approach.
I've noticed this magic when I pick the kids up from school and they get in the car. I never say, how was school today?
Yeah, you don't put them on the spot.
You don't put them on the spot. They will then bring up whatever happened in school today. It's just like this dance. And again, a dance I didn't have with my parents.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't talking to my parents about anything.
They weren't taking you to the dance.
No.
They weren't asking you to the dance. They were like, you stay out there. You're not welcome on this dance floor. No, totally agree. Yeah.
Do you find, I mean, and I'm asking because my kids are still so chatty. As they get older into their teens, do you notice they do pull back? Like I always hug Calvin and I'm like, I just want you to always hug me. Always, like in front of your friends, you always have to love me and you always have to be so proud of me as your mom. And it's like, but
I love that you tell him that.
Yes.
Say
and I'm
what
like,
you want.
Please,
it's
just
okay.
Always, but I worry, you know, once they hit that funky age where they're like, you know,
oh
just
God,
all
too cool for mom and
weird
whatever.
And, you know, 12, 13.
Everything's
like,
embarrassing.
I'm so scared about that age.
Well, I want to get that out there that it is cool to like appreciate your family, appreciate the sacrifices your parents have made for you. Like, I'm not above guilt tripping. I'm not above being like, mommy did these things for you.
Yes.
You know, to make a better life for you. Like,
dang it.
Exactly. Like, I'm okay with that. Like, I think those things are fine. I believe in like a mix of like, you're empowering them and stuff, but like, they got to remember who's boss.
Yes.
You know, at the end of the day, right? Who made it all possible?
Right.
Mommy.
And I do think it's different for us with our kids. Like, I wasn't friends with my parents. And I find I'm a little more friendly with my kids. Like, we can laugh and joke, and their friends come over, and I'm teasing, and I'm joking, you know, and I'm, like, so myself.
Yes, yes.
So but I don't know how that plays out because I haven't yet seen it.
Like, when my daughter has her friends over, like, whatever, like, I'm there, I'm providing the food and the snacks, I'm checking in on everybody, and then I'm out. We got into it the other day because I was like, who's the coolest mom of all your mom friends? And then my husband's like, well, I think you might think so-and-so's cool. And I was like, what? Like, oh, I was so mad at him. I'm like, oh, how would dare you even suggest that someone else's mom is cool? Like, even if you think that in your heart of hearts, you never verbalize that. You need to be like, your mom is the coolest mom. Like, what?
I'm curious, as your girls are getting older, and I'm trying to raise 3 young boys. When it comes to, I mean, I tend to be stereotypical male female, right? Like, I think the men should take out the garbage and I'll clean the dishes, right? Like, I'm just
You've got,
kind
like,
of
the roles.
old-fashioned. It's how I grew up, right? I mean, my dad was a mechanic, my mom was a secretary. Like,
like literally right in the boxes.
Stereotypical as you get. So As your girls get older, and I'm thinking of your oldest, she's 16?
She's 16, almost 17.
So as she starts dating or finds interest in other boys, I mean, like, what kind of boys would you want her to be interested in? Like, how can I raise the ideal boyfriend, I guess, is what I'm asking.
Still, this is the biggest conundrum of my time. This is also why I care so much about boys.
Right.
And like, this is under the assumption that my girls will date or marry a boy. Like, I have to keep an open mind. It could be, exactly. I don't know what it's going to be.
Whatever they want to do, but as of right now.
But as of right now, let's say they do end up with a boy. Like, I do think they have a great role model in their dad. And I do think that, like, I want them to end up with a boy that is aware of his emotions, like is able to communicate. What I hope the girls will get, and what I'm hoping like the boys of this generation will grow up to know and like master, is the ability to communicate, but also to know that it's okay to like pursue the things that they want to pursue and be like the protector and to like be like kind of I think
gentleman?
Like the gentleman. Like, I think that like chivalry should not be dead. Right. I do like somebody to open a door for me or help me with a box or, you know, I think
open the car. My dad opens the car door for his wife, and it's just
love
like
that. Wow.
He walks to that, and it's like, man,
wow,
like, I need to teach that kind of stuff.
I think that's
like,
super charming and wonderful, and I think that like that's what I hope the girls will have, is someone who sees them as an equal, but also isn't afraid to do the things that are associated with being a man and like masculine. But I do think that it's nice that this generation can talk about their feelings. I think that's really important, because I think boys for a long time were told, stuff it down. You got to be a man. Like, that means no tears. That means no like being sad. No like crying and this and that. And I just think, no, I think we want you to be in touch with your feelings and be able to talk about them, but also know that like some of the responsibilities in the world fall to you.
You know, we can always give advice, but sometimes, like you said, tough love, we have to kind of pull back a little bit. Has there ever been an incident with one of your daughters where you really had to just bite your tongue and just let her figure it out?
My oldest, when she first got to this new high school, she joined the cross country team because we were like, you got to do something like after school, just whatever it is. And in the fall, the sport is cross country or it's field hockey. It's like running or running with a stick. You pick, right? And I'm not a runner, and my husband's not really a runner. And she was like practicing, and then she came home and she was super upset, like crying. And my oldest does not cry like that often, but they had a meet coming up and she really wanted to quit. She was like, this is so hard. I'm so slow. I'm the last one. It takes me forever to run these 3 miles, whatever. It was all this. And I was like, I wanted to just let her quit because I'm not a runner. And I felt bad that I was making her do something that I myself don't even do or can't really do. And it just was such a mixed bag of like, she was hurting and really didn't want to continue this thing. And I was willing to let her. And I am glad that I didn't have to make the decision by myself. And if I had, I would have said, go ahead, you can quit, you can stop. My husband was like, why don't you just stick it out through the one meet? And but it was so hard because I was like, we got into a fight about it because I was like, she is suffering. Like we were having her do something that like is horrible, right? And like she hates it so much, and like she never cries, and this is awful to watch. But she did the meet. She was fine. She didn't come in last place or whatever. And like she's now like a 3-season runner.
Wait,
as
really?
a junior. She has won, like last year her team won like the state championship. Like she's become a runner. Like that's her identity. It's such a big part of her life. And I feel like, man, I almost like let her quit that thing. And I'm glad that someone else spoke, talked me out of it. But it was one of those situations where you're like, sometimes you have to just let your kid do the hard thing, make them do the hard thing, and then they will see that like they can do it, that they actually can do it. And that's like the best gift you can give them, but it was really hard. That's definitely a time where I felt like, man, I would have made the wrong call. I would have made the wrong call by getting involved.
Yeah. What do you hope for your kids as they grow up being raised the way you're raising them?
So my hope for them is they live a life where they feel like they matter and they feel like they're of service. I think that actually is like really important to your well-being. Like people go, oh, I want my kids to be happy. And I used to think that too. Oh, I want them to be happy, like, and financially successful and independent and whatever. But I realized that actually like all of those things I think will be the side effects and byproducts of a person who feels like they're contributing and feels like they matter. Because if you feel like you matter and you have purpose and you're like living to help everyone else and like, you have a role in the world other than just serving yourself, all the other stuff comes, right? Like I just think that that's really important. And especially in our society and especially with some of the role models we have, it seems like it's like this, you got to get to the top, you got to get the money, you got to get the fame, you got to whatever, what's next. And I'm like, there are so many ways to find a peaceful, purposeful life that don't have anything to do with that. So I just want them to have like really broad horizons and to find out who they're meant to be, and to feel good about that. And that's not to say that that doesn't come with some struggle and strife. I think that that's important too.
Yeah.
Like I think hardship is what builds resilience. So I don't want to remove all the obstacles for them. But ultimately, I think I'll feel like a great parent if I look around and I see that my kids are making their little corner of the world better in some way.
Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
That's so well said.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to play a little game.
Okay.
See, we've got let them or step in.
Oh, okay. Okay,
so
cool. I love this. Okay.
I'm going to read you
okay.
some of the options here.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, I'll put my right hand, let them, because it's probably going to fire up more.
Okay. They refuse to bring a jacket after you reminded them twice that it's very cold outside. Let them.
This happens
I
all
do
the
same
time.
thing.
Let them.
Yes.
Let them. But then you know what I do? Then I end up having to give them my beanie or something, right? But like I let them. Yeah.
I do too. And it's hard with the 4-year-old because I don't
yeah.
think he actually understands like what cold is.
Right.
But no, I'm going to let you.
Yeah.
All right, this one we kind of just talked about. They want to quit a paid activity halfway through the season because of whatever reason. Do you step in or let them struggle?
Oh, step in, say, you're going to finish this out. Mommy paid good money for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
It's not even an option.
It's not even an option.
They know not to even
what
bring it up.
What if they actually paid for it themselves?
Ooh, I have not had the luxury of that experience yet.
That's true. At what age do kids start paying for things themselves?
I don't know. 21? No,
yeah,
I don't know.
Like, what is the rule there?
Honestly, I think that there's more skin in the game, though,
Yeah.
if they do have to contribute.
Right.
I do.
Because then they see your struggle and why you're forcing them to do it.
Totally.
Yeah. Okay. They say, can you just buy it? I'll pay you back. Do you step in or let them struggle? Because will they ever really pay you back?
I know. I don't expect. See, this is like, what is it? I step in, and does stepping in mean pay? I struggle with this one, Dylan.
Yeah.
I don't know how you handle allowance and all of that yet. You said they do some paid chores, which I think is good.
Well, the paid chores are on the table. They're not actually doing them.
Yeah, okay. But they're on the table.
They're on the table.
That's good.
Here's
I need
ways
to do
that you can make money.
I'm going to add that. I'm going to add ways to make money because the oldest, we did make her get a job at the library. Like, and she got $15 an hour. My first job, I got $4 an hour. $15 they're paying minimum wage.
That's amazing.
That was a lot of money, seriously.
Yeah.
But she doesn't really have to buy too much of her own stuff because I think the contract we have with our kids is like, you do your homework, you do your schoolwork, you do your sports, you fulfill your end of the job. And when you need things, we're there for you.
Right.
But we're getting them on sale. That's the compromise.
Do you give an allowance?
I don't.
I remember when I asked my dad if I could have an allowance. He's like, are you out of your mind? You live here, don't you?
Right.
It's like, okay.
Right.
I'll stop asking.
Yeah.
Okay, last one. They want to quit their summer job because they just don't like it or it's too much drama or it's too hard. Do you step in?
No,
Let them
that's
quit,
another,
or...
like, no quitting.
Yeah.
Sorry, you signed up for this thing, or we signed you up for this thing, whatever it is, we're going to see it through.
Yes.
Seeing it through just builds so much character. And, like, unless my big thing is injury. Like, if you're at risk of injury, then okay.
If you're breathing, like, fumes at your
yeah,
place
exactly.
of business, then maybe, okay, I'll let you quit.
If it's an OSHA violation, maybe I'll let you quit. Otherwise, you work that job.
Yeah. So let's end on a high note here. Can you think of anything recently that made you feel like, man, I'm really crushing it as a parent?
Ooh. I'm so happy that I have 3 kids who do talk to me, who do have fun with me. Like, that's a win for me, that, like, I mess with them, tease them, like, we have inside jokes. Like, they say that every family has its own language, because it's all the shared experiences that you have and, like, the funny words that you come up with, or, like, how someone mispronounces something and now you always say it that way.
Right.
That, I think, is my biggest... That makes me the happiest when I think I am actually able to be a good mom because my kids are alive. I like low bar there.
Yes.
But also they seem to be thriving. They seem to be pretty, like, happy-go-lucky, fun-loving, good kids who try to, like, look out for the people around them.
I love that.
They could be nicer to their little sister.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad we had more than 3 minutes to talk.
That was amazing.
This is
Dylan.
way better
That
than a
was so much
commercial
fun.
break.
Exactly.
I love when I can have a conversation with someone that I just connect with. There's always love, but tough love is different because you're teaching your kids how to be resilient, how to get through those hardships, how to kind of find it within yourself to have those difficult conversations that you need to have. It just makes them stronger. longer. It's hard to do sometimes because we do really want to protect them from everything. But sometimes, like Vicky said, you just have to step back. You have to bite your tongue and let them go through it. And it was just fun to connect with Vicky on that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you'll comment below or DM us on Instagram at Today Parents or at Dylan Dreyer NBC. Let's keep this conversation going. I'd like to know your take on the whole thing. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.